Hey guys and girls, it's Blackjack with 396 guitars. We have an Ibanez acoustic electric on the bench today. Customer complaint is, well, when they plug it into the amp, it doesn't make any noise. I did a little bit of diagnosis on it already. I think I know what's wrong with it, but we're going to check it out together. So let's get to work. If you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe. Nice little guitar. I would say that it needs other work other than that, but always when a customer brings a guitar in, pay attention to the prime item. In other words, their main concern. I don't know what that's all about, but some people do that. I don't, but we're going to fix him up. We may even put a set of strings on this. So it has a preamp and XLR and 1/4 inch back here. We'll see what kind of batteries are in there. Let's just see if we're getting any kind of, ooh, it's a little sticky. Yeah, that's common. I see that all the time. Let's see if the tuner works. The tuner seems to be working. I don't know if it's working. I never trust these tuners anyway. Let's see if I can get a green. It went green and then popped back down here. It's staying green. Let's check that and see if it's accurate. I never trust the tuners in these on board. Come on, you turn on. Let's see if E is E. Hey, we got green. Look at that. It is accurate. Actually, it's showing flat here and dead on green there. Let's see, A said green too. No, that tuner is completely, oh, there, it just hit green. Oh, it's clicking and flashing all over the place. I wouldn't trust that tuner. And it's really sticky. The control plate is really sticky and gooey. That's, well, I don't know how old this guitar is. Is it dated? No. It's not a high-end guitar, but it does play well. It needs some strings and other things, and a cleanup, but I always do that. Let us see if it's making any noise out of the complaint was doesn't make any noise out of an amp. Well, I hear something. It's making some goony goo goo noise there, but I've got the volume all the way up. There's a phase button. It makes some noise and clicking and clacking, but not really doing what it's supposed to. So, further investigation. I'm already afraid of what we're going to find here, but let's unscrew it and see what it says. Bear with me. Little tiny screws. We have a 1/4 inch jack, an XLR, and the batteries are AA's, and I already checked those, just so you know, off camera. I put a meter on them, and yeah, they're about 1.3 and they should be 1.5. I suppose before we go any further we could put new batteries in it, but they're reading correct, and I don't think that's what the issue is. I want to see if it's just the output jack. And if we can change just the output jack, we should be Jake. But my experience tells me that when we open this, we're going to see a printed circuit board and a whole bunch of other goony goo goo shit in there. Let's check it out. Getting the movie here. You can't see 100%, but oh yeah, there it is. Batteries going here. There's your output jack, which is soldered into a printed circuit board, and there's a plug right here that just comes undone and goes right to the main preamp. And then of course the pickup will be underneath the saddle. Yeah, I'm not even going to go any further. I'm going to take these numbers down. 5AJB01F. Yeah, well, I love it. You couldn't just put a Ibanez. You know my mantra about over-engineered stuff. Ibanez is usually pretty good gear. I don't mind it. They make, good middle-of-the-road guitars. They make really high-end guitars, too, let's face it. But over-engineered for an acoustic guitar. Sorry, that's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I'm going to stick that back in there. We're going to do a little research and probably order one of these first. Now, why am I jumping right to this? Because the tuner is working in the onboard preamp, and the EQ and all that is working. So, well, at least the tuner is working. So we know the pickup is sending something over to the amp. This is going to end up being our problem. I'm almost certain. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I don't think so. If I am, I will admit it wholeheartedly. Why am I putting it back in there? Because I already have the numbers written down here. I'm going to take a hot minute to search all this crap and figure out what we need to order, which is going to be one of these guys right here. And I'm going to say, in my heart of hearts, that's what we need. I see that it's got a two-way truss rod. I'm going to do a setup on this guitar real quick because I was taking some measurements on it because I'm crazy that way. And I can't have a guitar on my bench that's in this condition and not pay attention to it. I just wonder, because if this guy trusted me enough to check out the electronics, I'm sure he trusts me enough to say, hey, this is a little out of whack too. But we don't know if it's out of whack. Let's check it out. There's my 12 up there. It doesn't belong up there. Oh, wow. The action's high enough to drive a truck under. Yeah, really tight. Really tight. I think it's probably too straight. And I'm going to guess that the reason that it's too straight is because the string action is really high. Somebody tried to change the string action by straightening the neck out. Nah, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It seems high, but I'm used to electric guitars. Acoustic guitars, the action is always going to be a little taller. All the money's made down here anyway. Cowboy chords, strumming, and singing. Strings are gacked. It's just sticky and gooey and really probably need to be, go away. Just for giggles, let's see what the measurement is on them. I'm going to guess these are probably 53, 52, and 12. Oh, 52 to 11. Yep, 52 to 11. It says 10 and a half, which means 11. I'm going to recommend, first and foremost, we're going to have to order that guy right there. And it's a pretty common guitar, so I'm sure we can source it. Well, I shouldn't say I'm sure. That would be where we start. I have changed those out before. They're usually about 25 to 30 bucks. This is really gooey and needs to be cleaned up, but once that plastic starts to defunction or do whatever it does, it gets really tacky. And I don't know what causes that, but I have an old Garmin GPS that I use because I won't pay up for a new car that has a GPS in the thing, because the number of times that I use a GPS, I just pull out my old 20-year-old Garmin and plug it in and put the address, and it gets me to where I'm going, or close enough where I can do a U-turn and come back. But that thing is my old GPS. The whole thing is sticky and gooey like that, and that isn't from beer being spilled on it, I don't think. I'm hoping no beer got spilled in there. I'm not going to condemn that yet, because that's the hard piece to find and source out. This is the easy piece, and I'm almost certain that is the biggest pain in the ass to every guitar player. They break all the time. They come loose, and then what does the guitar player do? The artist, he gets a pair of pliers and he tries to tighten up that nut. And all he does is twist wires on the inside, and then he's got a real problem. Then he comes to see me anyway. I don't think that's the case here. I think it just stopped working. He's probably been playing it as an acoustic. The frets are pretty green and crunchy too. I'm going to recommend a full setup, but prime item first. When that little part comes in, we're going to swap it out. Make sure that that's what it is, and then we'll move on from there. Really short video today. I know you guys are used to me putting on a long book, but that was a quick diagnosis on an electric acoustic Ibanez. When you get into stuff like that, you kind of have to take a leap of faith. Find out we know that one part is working in the electrical circuit that follows through, because the tuner was working in the preamp and the EQ assembly, but when you plug a cord into it, it doesn't transfer to the amp. So that means the secondary unit. That's my call for now. We ordered the part. We'll get back to you. We'll talk soon.